Hey guys, it's Gia. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm really excited to make this video because I came across a little bit of insight. So I really want to talk about another way to raise money for your first film, especially, or if you're new in the film industry and you're trying to put your first film into production. So another way for you to raise money for your film is through grants. I know we've all heard of grants before, whether it be for school or for a scholarship or for a program that you're trying to get free money into. So grants are definitely another way for you to raise money for your film. Now, so let's rewind. A key thing I realized is that because film is so prevalent today, it is so popular today, a lot of companies are interested in using films to get their names out there into the film world and into just the business of things to bring traction to their organization. So what I found out is that you can submit a film proposal, your film proposal, into a grant. Now, here's the thing. If you're new, you do not want to submit your film proposal into film grants that are coming from film organizations.
I know you want me. Everything you told me when you're lonely. Yeah, you see you thinking no.
So hear me out on this one. Film organizations that are offering film grants are really geared towards filmmakers who have been in the game for a while and have a few movies or films under their belt. Because film organizations have probably been doing this for a long time, they know that if they're going to give their money out to someone, they want to give their money to someone that they can trust, someone that has actually had success at making a film, and they're willing to risk their money on that person because the person has knowledge. Now, if you're new and you don't have anything under your belt, and even if your film sounds great, if your idea is sound and is out there, it's still going to be a bit tough. Now, is it impossible? Absolutely not. So here's what I would suggest. You really want to target organizations outside of film that are also offering film grants to sponsor new up and coming filmmakers. Because again, they don't know the film industry that well. They may have dabbled in it a little bit or heard about it, but because they don't know the film industry that well, they're willing to take chances on new ideas or up and coming filmmakers. So let me rewind. So back when I first wanted to put my first film into production, I said I was going to start with a trailer. So I submitted my film proposal into, a few film grants, and what they end up asking for is, okay, do you have a trailer or do you have a reel or something that you can show them to prove that, you've done this before? And of course I didn't. So what my mentor told me was like, okay, being that this is your first run at it, why not target organizations that your film relates to outside of the film industry and ask them if they'd be willing to invest? Like, for example, I had reached out to a huge organization called the American Optometric Association and another association called Burgers and Bans for Suicide Prevention. Now, I was bold because I was like, I'm about to go for it. And they were really interested. They were like, oh, wow, nobody's ever approached us like this. And so that's what got me thinking, like, if you are new and you really want to put your film into production, be on the lookout for other organizations outside of film who are looking to invest in new film ideas. Because even though those two organizations rejected me because they thought that because I was new, so the woman asked me, she was like, so even though this is a great idea, so what are you going to do with it? She was like, you're just going to put it on YouTube or Instagram or something. So that's another thing. You really have to really think about how you're going to step outside of the box and outside of the comfort zone and go beyond people's expectations of you. because the easiest thing to do is create something and just put it on YouTube or Instagram or whatever and just hope that it goes viral. So you really have to differentiate yourself, because, or have an answer for something like that. Like, what are you going to do with it after, you know, you film it or something? So definitely keep that in the back of your mind. So yeah, even though they rejected me, I still kept tweaking my proposal because I was still in the early stages back then. So I still kept tweaking my proposal. I still kept adding to it. But even when things were not happening at all, I still kept working. I still kept preparing. And then eventually I ended up getting a break. So I'm excited about that. So I hope you guys are excited about my film as I am. And I know it's going to be great. So that is my next tip for you. Make sure you have a marketing plan in place, because what they're going to do is that they're going to ask to be co-producers. So have a marketing plan in place. Go above expectations and really, really think this through. Because you're new, you are the underdog. And just because you're the underdog doesn't mean that you can just get by. No, you want to go above and beyond and really shock the veterans out there. So definitely aim for film grants that are being offered by organizations outside of the film industry, because they're willing to take a chance on new filmmakers. So that is my next tip for you about how to raise money for your film. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.